Blue Lock is really good. I don't normally like sports-focused anime or manga like at all. I didn't really enjoy Haiku and never got into Kuro's basketball. There's just things about those anime that really turned me off to the sports anime genre. I'll probably get into the reasons behind that as we go further into this video, but oh my god do I like Blue Lock. I actually started watching the anime because I saw other content creators that you guys may know like Outlaw Truth and Anime K making videos on it. Then I looked into it and it's like a massively popular series. And it got me wondering, what's all the hype around this show? So I just decided I'd watch the anime instead of reading the manga just to see if I would enjoy the story. It starts off really generic, with our main character losing the big game to get to nationals and he gets sad about it, blah blah blah. At this point it made me think that maybe sports themed anime just aren't my thing. But I kept watching, and oh boy does it take a turn.
Pity. You're all seriously ill, it seems. Lock off! Anyone who wants to leave can go. Are your perspectives truly this limited? You'd rather be the top high schooler in this soccer backwater than the world's best striker?
It basically turns into the Squid Game of soccer. They gather the top 300 up-and-coming strikers, including our main character Izagi, and tell them that one of them will get the chance to play for Team Japan, but if any of them are eliminated throughout the competition, then their soccer careers end. Forever. And if you're into soccer, then you may be thinking 300 strikers, how do you make a team out of just strikers? Well, that's the beauty of it, you don't. These are makeshift teams where they have to essentially relearn what it means to play soccer. The character Ego, who is the director of the Blue Lock facility, tells them that they have to create soccer from zero.
Soccer is about one thing. Scoring more goals than your opponent does. Whoever scores the most is the best. End of story.
This leads to teams having to come up with different strategies to win games, but also keep in mind that these teammates that you're making these strategies with are also your enemies. Because as stated before, only one of them will get to play for Japan. This right here is basically the single biggest reason why I was so intrigued by this series as opposed to other sports anime. Because it's not all about teamwork and making someone proud of you, it's all about yourself. And yes, there is aspects of teamwork throughout, because at this stage you have to work together to some capacity. But at the end of the day, it's only so you aren't eliminated. You're just keeping these quote-unquote teammates around until they're no longer useful. This is pretty much the main plotline. These strikers are all placed in the Blue Lock facility for a chance to play for Japan as a pro, and everyone who was eliminated will never play again. There's other things in the series that make it more enjoyable for me, such as like flow state, where it's pretty much described as a monster inside of you that essentially makes you play better. The flow state is actually a thing in the real world, where someone may become hyper-focused on something and fully immerse yourself into an activity. You may have had this happen to you before when playing video games or in sports, for example, where nothing going on around you matters, and you're just in the zone reacting purely off of instinct and your knowledge of whatever you're immersed in. I think this is a really cool concept in the series. Other sports anime have done something similar, but I like the way it was executed in Blue Lock in particular. Another reason I think I enjoy Blue Lock over other sports anime is the fact that it's not really a sports anime at its core. It's more like a shonen anime that just happens to be centered around a sport. Everyone has their own unique abilities or attributes in the anime that they call their strengths. It's like a certain character can jump higher than others, a different character can kick a lot harder, and another character can dribble better than all the others. You get the point. Some characters specialize in certain things that make them stand out. Not everyone is playing exactly the same, even though they're playing the exact same game. And this makes each character stand out to a degree, and they utilize these strengths in different ways, and it really keeps the anime interesting. On the note of keeping the anime interesting, there's a decent amount of plot twists throughout the story. I won't go into too much detail as to avoid spoilers, just in case you're considering watching the anime, but yeah, it doesn't really get boring. It stays interesting throughout the entire anime, at least up to episode 17, which is where it's left off at the moment. And the characters themselves are decently written. I mean, they're a bit generic and they all share the same goal of becoming a pro, but as I mentioned, there's a few plot twist moments that I really enjoyed involving certain characters. And the main character himself works fine. Again, don't want to get into too many spoilers for this video, but yeah, I really like the main character. Overall, I think if you've heard of Blue Lock and you're on the fence about watching or reading it, I'd say give it a chance. In my personal opinion, it's a lot better than the other sports anime that I've tried to watch, and I'm even considering getting into the manga. And though it is an anime revolving around sports, it's not really a sports anime, if that makes any sense. And it doesn't follow the same generic tropes that other sports themed anime do. Like I said, it's just a lot better in my opinion. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know if you'd like to see more Blue Lock content on the channel. I'd be open to doing more discussion or power scaling type videos on the series as I get further into the manga. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. And leave a comment letting me know your thoughts on Blue Lock so far. That's gonna do it for this one though. As always, Trippy out. Peace.